Trump flag. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly.
I'm Justin. Welcome to Happy Chaos.
Happy Chaos
Episode 13.
31.
13.
I'm dyslexic sometimes.
Yeah, once we get to 20, we're like superstars, they say. But anyways,
Is that what they say? Who said that?
I'm just kidding. It just means that you're like a lasting podcast at 20 or whatever it is. I forget. Remember those rules that we were reading about? But anyways, you guys.
And this is 13?
This is 13. And for those of you who are just tuning in for the very first time, I'm a former widower. We blended families and we have 9 kids together, 7 in the house.
I still feel like it's just widow and widower.
Married.
Like we married, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a weird thing to think like, oh, well, like that, goes away.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't. But anyways, that's not really the point of today's episode at all.
At all.
It's summer. And
You guys,
and
it's
summer
so hot.
Summer took off the gloves.
And gut punched us.
I think it throat punched us.
And throat punched us. Like 2 at once. Because you guys want to hear something?
Tell me. I don't even know what you're going to say.
So, the air conditioning at church.
Oh, the air conditioning at church was bad. Some of y'all were there,
Yeah.
The
You guys braved it out. Like, I love our people, our family, our church family. They just sat through it and we were pouring sweat.
It's funny, I really did not hear anybody complain. Like, there was no, like that's too hot.
We're seasoned, babe. Our first year in that church
It's true.
was miserable. I'm talking like temperatures in the hundreds inside, and people sat through it and just fanned yourself while you were like fainting and
I'm not texting while we're podcasting. I'm pulling up comments.
My favorite.
Because it's your favorite time. So you can keep talking about the air conditioning.
Yeah, so I went to the church yesterday to clean, and it was miserable. It was so miserable. And I told him, I was like, we got to do something. We have church and tomorrow. And anyways,
You were not the only one saying that. I was totally down with the we got to do something.
For sure. But they thought they fixed it, and we didn't get it fixed. So today was pretty bad. But
it was hot.
It was so hot.
What were you looking at? Our orange skin.
I liked it. I was just thinking about how I like the warm tones, and you guys are going to see in this one that we might look a little, I mean, you guys, we got some color. I feel like the camera's showing us to be kind of pale looking.
No.
But we are tan right now. Like, summer is definitely tanning us up. We laid in the pool after church because we were so hot. We're like, I just want to go dip.
Yeah.
And so we did, and we fell asleep while the girls played around us, and
it's hot.
it's so hot.
It's like
got
a
a
real,
burnt.
it's like a real kind of heat. Anyways, it's like 100 degrees around here, maybe 95.
Yeah.
It was so hot, we took a walk tonight, and
At 8:30 tonight.
and
Like the sun is starting to set.
we were dripping some sweat. Yeah. It was really hot. Mm-hmm. That said,
And how many questions did the girls ask on our walk?
so a fair amount of our children, 5 of our children, are at camp. And so the 2
For almost a week.
Yeah. So the 2 littlers are at home, and we said, let's go for a walk. And I've lovingly dubbed it the flurry. When you have the flurry, that's when you have the question after question after question. And then before you can answer the latest question, they ask another question, sometimes to top it off, or sometimes out of boredom of the answer that you're giving, that they just throw another question.
So he said,
I'm going to start counting. I counted after the flurry began. Do y'all want to take a guess how many questions? We went on like a 1.25 mile walk.
Yeah.
50 questions.
You shouldn't have given him the answer.
No.
That should have been a...
Well, okay. It was 50, though. It was a lot of questions about all kinds of things.
Yes. Why is the grass green?
Funny now, I can't really remember them.
Well, that's because we were
stationery and pens and trips to Walmart and ice cream and swimming and bedtimes.
Broken foot.
Yeah. Yeah, pain in the feet. Anyways, that was fun. Let's read some comments. It's mail time. Kelly's going to sing you the song.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. You know, he makes me sing this, and he's the singer, y'all. Y'all have no idea. This man's got a great voice, and he won't use it for me. So he makes the one without the great voice. See?
I don't know that I feel like I just don't know that song. I sing other songs.
I sing it every time.
Yeah, because you know that song. It's yours.
You know that part too.
I don't know it.
Anyways, you guys, let's read some comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are all from last week. We're reading these off of Facebook for those of you who go, how do I get my comment read on Happy Chaos?
And even then, he rushes me, y'all. And so sometimes it won't get read.
I don't rush you, but there's a lot of comments.
I know.
I think I saw like 36 or something on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right. Top fan, Brent Ferris. We love Brent. He's an awesome guy.
He is.
Happy Father's Day. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's great.
That's for
You got to read the next one. You can't read a 3-word comment.
Kama Vinup, she's one of our besties. We love her. She's also a top fan. Go Kama. Loss and grief will definitely put life into perspective. You don't really appreciate what you have until you lose something precious. I feel like when my oldest son was born, he made me a mother. And when he died, he made me a better mother because I started cherishing my other children every single day. I try not to gloss over the small daily things. I value each and every day that I get to spend with my children and grandchildren on this side of heaven. I agree with that statement. I do. Kind of. Because, I mean, and I'm sure you could say the same, but like literally cherished every moment with my late husband. And I do now, but I'm just talking previous. They say you don't know what you have until you lose it. But like, and I feel like she's coming from a different.
But don't you also feel like, I mean, there definitely is a new perspective. Like, you don't think your perspective changed?
Not too much.
Well, I think, I mean, I understand what you're saying about you know, like cherishing the moments. I think that, you know, I definitely had an aim of cherishing the moments, but I definitely think there's a perspective shift after loss of the brevity of life and how quickly all of this can come to an end. And, you know, so I agree with the statement. I think it helps you to move in a different, maybe a different direction, but just to enhance. I think that would be the word I would use, to enhance the day, just the day-to-day activity. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
You get
Lisa Stogner says she's also a good friend. Me and all our good friends are all up on the Happy Chaos
I love
podcast.
you, Lisa.
She said, I would also like to be in the gift giving group and lead the fundraising and donation committee.
Thank you, Lisa. And you guys have to understand, Lisa is she outgives me. She is the most giving, loving person, like one of them that I've ever met. She really is a sweetheart. She's always like putting people first and helping people. And yeah, she's a great gal.
Absolutely. I would agree.
Yeah.
She's a thoughtful gift giver.
Yeah. And so she really is. And you can lead the fundraising. I'm telling you, you're top on the committee. So,
but we do realize that the gift giving group is the spending group. It's the overspenders.
Lisa, I'm gonna need to call a meeting.
For those of you who don't know the inside joke, Kelly says that she doesn't have a spending problem. She has a gifting problem.
Because that's true. I have a gifting problem. I don't have a spending problem.
You do have a spending.
No, I don't.
I told her earlier today, we're driving to church. I said, hey, we bought some stuff on the credit card last month. We have to, and we have a credit card, but we pay it off every month, like the whole thing. We don't carry it because I'm not paying that interest. Get out of here with all that.
It's just for like gas discounts and stuff that we.
Yeah. I got it originally to help raise my credit score, and then and I get gas points with it because it's like a Kroger one. Mm-hmm. And so, anyways, I said, hey, we got a pretty good sized credit card bill, so we need to like kind of cool off on spending, like no spending. Y'all, the next sentence out of her mouth, guess what it was? What do you think about these shoes on Amazon? What do you think about these Hey Dudes?
For him. He literally just told me earlier that he needs to switch out a pair of shoes. He needs like a pair of shoes that, and y'all, I've been trying to tell him this for a while. Like, you have to have like shoes to match different outfits, right? And he wants a neutral pair that can just match a bunch of different outfits.
I'm not sure if y'all just picked up that sneeze or not.
Probably not. I hardly heard it. But hold on.
You're saying early.
So he's like, oh, we can get some clearance ones for $12 at Walmart. Number one, Walmart
Is
doesn't
that
have
how I talk?
No. Well, number one, Walmart does not have $12 clearance for men. And if they do,
Sometimes, hey, listen, I've gotten shoes from Walmart for like $3.
not for you.
Yeah, I have. Totally.
You are full of baloney.
I'm not full of baloney. I don't even like baloney.
He does like baloney. One person's baloney.
Yeah, but I don't like baloney.
Yeah.
Oscar Mayer baloney, ugh. Don't like it.
And
Don't
so
ever make me a
these
bologna
shoes,
sandwich.
you guys, were on sale. They're Hey Dudes. They're originally $64 and they're on sale for $27. And so I was like, all right, this, you know what's going to happen? This happened with something recently. He told me, he's like, let's wait. We waited the next day and it wasn't on sale anymore, so we had to pay full price. And I'm like, if you had just bought it the day before, you could have gotten it for like 30% off.
This is twice in the same day that I have said we got to cool the spending, and she justifies trying to spend right then. All I'm
I
saying is,
always thought it was just a metaphor.
yo, I get one paycheck a month. One. That's how it goes. I'm a pastor. I get one check, and then we have to live off of that check for the whole month. And it's not a giant check. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not giant. Like we gotta spread it.
And I'm gonna need you guys so I can gift more. I'm gonna need you guys to like spread this podcast far and wide.
I mean, I'm down for that, but in this moment, in this month, June of 2025, we gotta like cool the jets.
Okay. I'm cooling them. When you say you're hired, let's talk.
Okay, we're back to comments. Goodness, we are way. Is this gonna be the whole episode, or we're just gonna be?
No,
We're
it
gonna be
should,
everywhere.
though. All right, Ashley Maddox. My son's name is Bjorn, and the J makes the Y sound. I said it without even reading that part. Bjorn is how you pronounce it. That was good. In Scandinavian. Just thought I would share that while you guys
know
were
why she's
trying to
saying
figure out that mom's last name.
Do you remember why she said it?
Yes.
Because I said something about a silent J.
Yes.
And I said there's no silent J's, but I stand corrected. There is a silent J, although it is Scandinavian. I mean, that's kind of like saying jalapeno.
So how do you think you say that? I know it's Bjorn, but how do you, in your best Scandinavian accent, I need you to give it to me.
Bjorn. She spelled it out for us. I would say Bjorn.
You don't sound like a Scandinavian.
Yes, I do. Very Scandinavian.
All right.
Kelly has saved, this is Dina Valentine Craig. She says, Dina Craig. She says, Kelly has saved so many women across the country from being accused of having a spending problem. It's a gifting problem. Really needs you, Kelly. We need t-shirts with that one on it. I'm down for joining the group too. Y'all, there's so many in this group already.
You guys, this is amazing.
It's like a crafting group, not like AA. Send each other Amazon links.
Oh my God. All right. I promise you guys, I will start this group this week. Because this is getting out of control and I'm not going to be able to remember. I'm hearting your comment right now because I didn't see it before.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what y'all are going to do in the gift giving group other than just encourage each other to spend more money.
Thanks.
I feel like, you know what I feel like? This is going to be the fight starting group. This is the group that's going to...
Or not. Or we'll like raise so much money for people who need to give gifts.
Oh, you'll help people give other gifts.
Yes.
You'll give each other gifts. I didn't buy it for me. I bought it for her.
Speaking of that, Kelly Lavera Yoder Borkholder says Kelly's love language is giving gifts. That is right, not receiving, just giving.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's still a spending problem. Shelly Feudman, you should have top fan on there, Shelly. You're always on here.
Oh,
I saw that video with the toilet paper rolls. We were talking about that video I made of my kids leaving the toilet paper rolls empty and then getting another toilet paper. It's a little real.
He made other ones too that he didn't post, and I'm like, you so should have made a compilation because it was hilarious.
That video I literally sent. I texted it to our family group, and then I made more throughout the morning as I kept finding things.
Yes.
Like there was a bowl that
Of chocolate fondant. No.
yeah, I think it was fondant or ganache.
Ganache.
And it was left beside the sink, and I'm like, it's just 3 more, not even 3 feet, like 10 inches, and just move it into the sink, fill it up with some water, rinse it
Empty,
out.
scraped out bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Sue Williams said, my husband has gone to heaven.
Linda Sue.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Lisa.
Yeah.
It's Linda Sue Williams. She said, my husband has gone to heaven now, but his favorite gift ever was a 69 Chevy Nova.
Ooh.
Well, I could see why.
Okay. Do you want to be in our group? Because it sounds like you give pretty awesome gifts.
Well, she didn't say she gave it to him.
Well, she said his favorite gift.
But she didn't say she gave it to him. Linda, did you give him
Yeah.
the 69 Chevy, or did someone
Let us
else?
know in the comments of this podcast. Diane Smith Burkett. No matter what, try to make it fun. Laugh out loud. Y'all are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what question we asked there, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I can't say that.
Just do it. Just do your best.
It's got to be from another country.
For sure.
Naya Bonio, Proscovia.
All right, you have got to let us know if we butchered that or if you
By
got that
we,
spot on.
she means me. Did I butcher that?
Happy Father's Day. Praise Jesus Christ. Good morning.
Yeah. Elena Riviera says, Happy Father's Day, Pastor Justin Walker. God bless you. I'm glad you found a good wife and you are happy again with your big family. That's wonderful. Thank God for all things. Yeah.
Oh, she might have a gifting problem. But she's a good wife, right? Yes or no? Am I a good wife?
Oh, I wasn't. I was sorry. I was reading comments. Yeah, of course you're a good wife. I'm married to you, aren't I?
Yeah. But you didn't know that. You were like, she will be a good wife, I think.
I think we're proving. I think we're proving that. Okay. Last one.
You can't just spring it on me like that. Like, how many minutes? We have time for a few more.
I don't know that we do.
We do. Brandy Lynn, Kelly is in black.
Kelly's in black. You were in a black shirt, so you look like a floating.
You guys, look, I'm in white. I'm just saying. Even though I stick out like a sore thumb, but yeah. All right. Oh, Yvonne. All right, do that last name, Mr. There's No Silent J.
Then it's hard you. I don't think that's right. Are you, maybe?
You're going to have to let us know, Yvonne. Kelly has the cutest giggle. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I annoy myself with it, but
Joanne Pesci?
yeah.
Pesci. She says, I
hope
want to
she-
know, how many gifts did Kelly end up getting you for Father's Day? Well, we didn't know in the last episode because we filmed it at like 5 a.m. on Father's Day and I had not opened them yet. But it was 5 gifts. We made a little video about that. But they were big gifts, y'all. Like, I'm looking at one of them, like, across the room. It takes up a good, like, that alone could have been a gift for multiple holidays. You could have been like, that's this one and that holiday. Like, you could have been, that's your birthday, Christmas, Father's Day.
You guys, I had to hone in this year. Usually I'll get him everything he asks for. And
I don't ask for a lot.
I know. But if you mention stuff throughout the year, you're like, you know what? I would like, boom, I go out and get it. Because I'm like, I want him to have it. And so.
All right, we've read 3 since we said last one.
All right. Should we tell him about the chainsaw?
Y'all, if you haven't put this together yet, there was no chainsaw.
I got so much flack at church on Sunday. I had so many people come up to me and say, so, did he get the chainsaw? And I'm like, let me go do the walk of shame. And they're like, yeah, you had one job. He asked for one thing. And I'm like, y'all, we have used our little workout cage every day this
What did you call
week.
it?
Workout cage?
Cage.
Powerlifting cage is what it's called.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
I would have called it like a squat rack.
It's called a. Okay.
Maybe it is
We've
called
used it
that. I
every
don't-
day this week, you guys. Do you think he would have had to pull that chainsaw out even once this week? Nope.
And then the Blackstone.
And then the Blackstone.
And then
And they're probably wondering what else I got you. I kind of just...
well, then you got a tool set to go with the Blackstone.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't count that as a gift.
We
Because it
didn't.
went with it. Maybe we did. Maybe
I don't
we
know.
did. And some shorts.
And a big old Reese cup.
And a big old Reese cup. There was 6 altogether if you counted the Reese cup as a gift.
I know. You're staring at me like that doesn't make for big gifts, but it absolutely
Oh, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, short 6. Yeah. So see you guys. 2 big ones, but
Yeah, that's all. She needs to remember that when her birthday and Christmas come around,
I
and she
don't
goes, "But I don't want anything. But I don't want."
you know what I want? Him to go pick me some wildflowers. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it would be so cute, and that would, you don't have to spend a dime, so you can make up for, and so that's how I'm speaking your love language. Is
I saw the wink.
not
I saw what you just did. You winked. You winked at everybody.
listen.
I saw what you did. All right, y'all. I just want to be clear about something as well. I am in no way upset that I didn't get a chainsaw.
No, he's not.
I'm a grown man. I'll just wait till next month when I finally get that paycheck, and then I'll buy my own chainsaw. It'll be all right. So yeah, in no way. There's no like, I don't know. There's no like, oh, I really wanted a chainsaw. There's no disappointment. Like Kelly bought me really wonderful stuff and didn't have to, by the way. I'm not like over here begging for stuff. She's a good gift giver, and she gives from her heart. And when she sees something that she wants to get somebody, like legitimately, I walk around with her. We went around a flea market the other day, and she's like trying to buy stuff for people at church, and
I should have bought this one thing. But
she found these earrings. She's like, oh, so-and-so would love these. So anyways, yeah, we're going to move on with our episode now. Is this going to be a common thing? I perceived 13 episodes in that Kelly would spend the whole time on comment section.
we're gonna have to figure something out. Like maybe we'll do like a midweek comment read or something, so I can get everybody's comments.
You just read everybody's.
Because we're just gonna grow.
That's true, but I mean, eventually you'll have enough comments that you won't be able to read all the comments. Not in any reasonable amount of time. Anyways, it's summertime. It's finally cooled off, and I feel,
Oh, like in here?
yeah,
Yeah,
I feel better.
I do too.
It was hot there for a minute. It was so hot that Kelly put her head on my shoulder earlier, and I was like, oh, it's hot.
We were taking our walk, and I said, "It's officially don't touch me season."
Yeah,
When you're outside,
yeah.
just 5-foot rule.
I should, you know what? I should have just made you, like, I should put my arm around
I
you.
would have taken it all day.
See, I knew you would have. You wouldn't have said anything. But then we both would have been sweating even more.
I know.
We were already pouring sweat.
We were hugging each other at church, and people are, and they're like, "Do you want a sweaty hug?" And I'm like, "I'm sweaty. I don't know if you want it." And they're like, "Hug, hug, 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 hug."
There's a lot of sweat being passed.
Yeah,
It's gross if you think about it like that.
you know.
All right, we're going to talk about just kind of the rhythms of summer.
Yeah.
In a blended family, we are new to this. If you're new to the channel and you're watching and thinking, what in the world's going on? We are new to this idea of a blended family. We both only married once before. It was just, me and my wife and Kelly and her husband, and then our spouses passed, and we've blended a family. We have this big, beautiful blended family. And we love that so much, but this is our first time coming into summer. And so big changes
Huge changes.
in life.
Yeah.
One of those that I just want to start with is just the difference of where Kelly has been in life. And this is kind of your first, other than when you were in school, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your kind of first summer not working outside the home.
Yeah.
Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah. And what do you mean by school? Like high school, or you mean dental
Yeah,
school?
like high school.
I was gonna say, because I still worked with dental school. That was
No.
just a chaotic.
Yeah, I'm saying like since kind of adulthood, if you
Yes.
will, or married life.
Yeah.
You've always worked throughout the summers.
For the most part. I mean, before me and Jonathan started the landscaping business, he, let me be at home and he went out and worked. But then we started the landscaping business and we worked together.
Yeah. So a lot of time, and then of course, Jonathan passed, and you were the sole provider for your home, and so you worked through the summers then, and Kelly, she did what she had to do, and so I know when I first met her, you were waiting tables, and then you went from waiting tables to getting back into dental assistant and office personnel, and just did whatever you had to do. But now, here we are,
and I'm home.
You're home.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of jobs inside the home and social media and everything, but I'm home. Like, I don't have to leave. I don't have to go to a 9 to 5. If we go somewhere, I see you fighting that yawn so hard.
I fought it. I just swallowed that one.
You should drink coffee.
Yeah.
You want a sip? Can you just try it?
I don't. Are you trying to
I think you should try it, like, with everybody watching you.
Oof.
Just try
I know what it tastes like.
What if your taste buds change every 7 years?
But I literally, there will be no surprise. I know what that tastes like.
Are you sure, though? I just want to see you try it one time.
I'll just I'll drink it. I'm not a baby about it, but I don't want it.
Will you just take a sip for me? Please.
I really don't like coffee.
I know. I just want to see you drink a sip of coffee. So bad.
Why?
I don't know.
Gosh, it's going to be
It
on
might wake you up.
No, it's not. I won't drink enough to wake me up. Caffeine has zero effect on me.
Me too, but...
Then why are you trying to get me to drink
too.
it? Plus, it's hot. It's hot outside. Why do we even have coffee right now?
Because I need it.
Oh, gosh. Ugh. Oh.
I'll bring him to the
I'm going to be
dark side.
tasting that all day. Oh.
I'll bring him over, you guys.
No, you won't. Ugh.
But anyways, I'm home, which is crazy awesome. I remember, like, last summer having to work, and, like, if they wanted to go somewhere, like, the girls went on a field trip and I couldn't go, and there was just all kinds of stuff, and it's really nice to be home. Thank you for providing that for me.
You're welcome. But I'd love to, like, just kind of let you elaborate a little bit more about that, about, what the difference is now of, being at home, even though you're working at home, but, like, being at home versus, what that looked like in years past. I mean, consider just kind of like what the day looks like.
Yeah, it's very relaxed. Well, kind of, with all the children we have. But I mean, it compared to trying to, like, get our workout done first thing in the morning, waking up at 4:30, getting a workout in at 5, and then rushing home to get showered quickly and run off to work, and then I'm away from the girls until 5 o'clock, and then finally come home at 5 o'clock, and usually came over here for dinner and brought the girls, and so I can make dinners now a lot more often. And I know see you guys' comments about the Blackstone and him cooking. He's always been willing to cook, and he'll cook in between. I've tried to take that over for the most part. That way he has all the free time, but he's a great cook, y'all.
I have tons of free time.
I mean, free time to do more work.
Right.
Yeah.
Free me up from dinner.
Yes.
From being responsible for cooking dinners.
Yeah. But he is an excellent cook. Like, every time, like, because I get tired of the same old stuff that I have, my healthy foods, and I'll be like, all right, I need your help. And he will whip up some healthy things that are just amazing. I'll just cut up some vegetables for myself and be like, that's that. He whips up the most incredible vegetable platters that I've ever had in my life. I just
put on my chef's hat, take off my pastor hat, put on my chef hat.
He really does. He's amazing.
Y'all know I didn't know how to cook before my wife passed away. Like, I could semi-follow a recipe, and you know how that goes. Like, it better be a simple recipe, and I better not misread something, because then...
I mean, is that really the way of it, or you just never tried?
I mean, I think that's anybody. Like, I didn't have to cook. Growing up, my parents cooked, or I had Hot Pockets. That was... Or I had mini Hot Pockets known as pizza rolls. And so, Hot Pockets or pizza rolls were my extent of cooking.
You burn your mouth off, pizza rolls.
It's either lava hot or icy in the middle. It's your choice. That's a
They're so gross.
Jim Gaffigan joke. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't know how to cook before. But then Sarah passed away and I had to learn how to cook. And so it was very interesting because I had to learn on the curve of children. You know, I had children judging my cooking. I feel you fighting back a yawn right now, but drink that coffee. That should help.
I am.
Anyways, but so I learned how to cook with the kids. But then summer came around, and you know, I was learning how to cook, and summer came around, and I really enjoyed being able to go outside. And I'm like Bobby Flay with a grill. I'm like, oh, you know, I just like keeping the heat outside. I like the heat, but I hate it when it's hot inside.
Yeah. I agree.
You know, I like to be able to say if I'm hot outside, I want to be able to go inside in the air conditioning and still feel like it.
Yeah.
Still feel like air conditioning, and so
I agree.
there's something about this house that, and maybe it's all houses. Maybe I'm saying this house, but if we cook inside in the summer, it feels like it raises the temperature in the house by like 20 degrees.
Yeah.
And so,
And as it is, we battle the upstairs being super warm all the time when it's this hot outside. And then in here down in the basement, it is like icy and wonderful all day.
yeah, it does. It feels nice down here. So we take fans and like push the air
Yes.
upstairs.
Yeah.
But anyway, so just I liked cooking on the grill even more so. So I'm just saying that to say, so y'all want to hear something though? Like originally I was cooking on the grill and I had this like little charcoal grill. And so 3-4 summers ago, the kids went in together and they got me a big charcoal grill, which I love charcoal. I love grilling with charcoal. So they got me a big charcoal grill, and I just never had propane. I never had a propane grill. My dad never had one growing up. We just never had one. And so then last year, they all got me this propane grill, and the simplicity of being able to like just turn the grill. You know, you don't have to go out 40 minutes
Exactly.
early. I'd always get, if you don't have a charcoal chimney for your grill, if you got a charcoal grill, you need to get a little charcoal chimney. This little like metal thing. You put some paper in the bottom of it. You don't need any lighter fluid. Your stuff will taste way better without all that lighter fluid. So anyways, charcoal chimney was the way to go. But it takes like 40 minutes to get the coals hot. So dinner takes 2 hours because I'm going to, you know, prep the food, get the coals going and prep the food, and then finally go out and get the food on. And then I have to sometimes add more charcoal to it or whatever. But anyways, so, you know, then they get me this gas grill, and I'm like, I can just step outside and turn those things. That was my gas grill coming on.
That was good. It was a very good impression.
Okay. All right, good.
But with the grill that he's talking about, there was a fire every single time I tried to use it anyways. And so that got super aggravating. And like
It did get grease fires.
bad.
I think it's probably all. I don't know if that's all gas grills or not, but it didn't harm anything for me. I mean, you just had to work
I
with it.
hated it.
But anyways, now I have the Blackstone as well. So I feel like I'm like a grilling master.
Oh, he has made French toast out there, eggs, bacon,
I think
sausage biscuit sandwiches.
I really feel like the French toast was probably the best.
You think so? I didn't have that,
The French toast was really
but
good.
it looked good.
Yeah, it was.
His eggs are really good.
You're making me want to go up and cook on the Blackstone.
Tomorrow morning.
I said,
right
let's
now.
do it. Now, right now. Stop this podcast.
We'll bring the podcast to the grill.
Maybe we'll do that one day. Maybe we'll shoot the podcast and I'll grill as we shoot the podcast.
Okay. Except you spoke about your what is it that your fried chicken. And now he's got a list a mile long of people that want to come over and eat his fried chicken.
It's true.
Which we really need to have some people over for that.
Yeah. Well, I do make some mean fried chicken as well.
does. That's-
And some fried pork chops. Ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I did fried meatballs. Also good. I don't just fry everything, y'all, but when I do.
It was cute. You should coin that.
Anyways, I learned how to cook after my wife passed away. And it was funny because at first it was like a necessity. And there was even some kind of painful parts about that, you know, grocery shopping and couponing and just all those things. And then, I don't know, I got to a point I kind of enjoy it a little bit. So I'm not really a foodie, but I do enjoy. Maybe I am. Are you saying I am?
I think you are.
I mean, it doesn't have to be exotic for me.
It just comes naturally for you.
I guess. I mean, I don't have to have some. I don't. Here's what y'all are gonna love this. I don't feel like I need to correct anybody's pronunciation of a food, and yet I still love to cook. All foodies love to correct you on the way you say it.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's not marinara. It's something you're saying it wrong.
Oh.
I just made somebody mad right now. It's
I'd be like, listen.
it's not bruschetta. It's
Just like I say, charcuterie. What do I always say? Charcuterie.
yeah.
And my daughter says to me, it's charcuterie. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right. And so I'm going to say it's charcuterie.
Hey, y'all want? For those of you who say that I love to just spill the beans on Kelly,
Oh, boy. I don't even know what you're going to say.
do you guys want to
Like
chime?
college
Do y'all
cheese.
want to chime in if this is the right one or not? Kelly, if she wants a frozen fudge,
I call it a fudgicle. It doesn't sound wrong. A fudgicle. Fudgicle.
it's. I can't even take you serious when you say it. I thought she was joking. We were
He did.
We were in the car and she said something about a fudgicle and I was like, "What? What did you just call it?" And she's like, "A fudgicle?" And I'm like, I think it's called a fudge sickle." And she's like, "No, it's a fudgicle."
And this, even fudgesicle, that sounds weird.
That's exactly what it is. It is not.
It is because we just bought some and it says fudgesicle on the box.
I just want to know from you guys, does anyone else say fudgicle?
Please let there be somebody else out there. I think I've learned from this podcast I'm a little weird.
No, not at all. Have you not seen all the people who jump in with you?
No, there was one, like Lisa showed me the sip-ups thing where I got that from.
Go with this. There's not one person saying Team Justin. Not a one. You have like a, 6 out of 10 are saying Team Kelly,
Yeah,
And-
I would say 6 out of 10. There's still some.
but nobody's voicing Team Justin. Right, exactly. Anyways, you guys can jump on Team Kelly if you want a fudgicle.
Oh, fudgicle. That sounds
that's-
good right now, though.
So that's probably the only thing I feel like I've corrected food-wise.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know how we got off on that.
But good stuff.
Yeah. Here's a question for you though. Like, let's talk about just like keeping everybody busy. I don't love the words keeping everybody busy, but like, with schedules opening up wide, we've got nobody has any hard deadlines other than, our working kids
Right.
who are going to their jobs. They have hard schedules that they have to keep.
Yeah.
But the rest of us do not have a hard schedule that we have to keep. There's things we have to do. So, just let's talk about like how we're navigating, just all the kids being home and structure and things of that nature.
Yeah. So we've like tried to make it a thing where if the kids are in their bedrooms with the doors shut, we'll come through in the morning and be like, open up your doors, come out of your room, play together, play a game, go out in the pool, go out on the trampoline, do something outside because,
Yeah. We did a little remodeling within that brief 5 weeks that we were engaged. We did a little bit of remodeling to make the house available so that most of the kids have their own rooms. We only have two that are having to share a room.
yeah.
But everybody else has their own room. And so we definitely want bedrooms to be like a sanctuary. I think it's one of the things that I do believe that, and I get it, that not everybody has the ability. This house just happened to have a shape, a place that we could make that happen.
Yeah.
And thankfully so, because we did it. We sacrificed some, what I would call like neutral space, some family space. We sacrificed some of that to create bedroom space. Mm-hmm. But it has made it to where if someone's kind of losing it a little bit, if they're getting grumpy, if they need a place to get away to, if they need somewhere they need to retire to, they can get to their bedroom, shut their door, and be alone for a little bit and not have to be around
Right. So we allow
chaos.
them. Yeah, we allow them their wind down time, or if they're like, here's something we're going to talk about. It's summertime, so everybody except for the working kids are home all the time. And so, I mean, you have our two littles who are going to our church school. They're off for the summer, and so there's a lot of like butting heads, and I mean, there's a lot of great times, but there's butting heads too, where I mean, just natural sibling.
Yeah, it's real.
You're annoying me, and so we do allow them that time to go back. But what we're trying to prevent is going in your bedroom.
I stayed in my room all day long.
Yes,
and nobody saw
either
me.
slept or I was on a device, and I sat on that device playing games all day long. We don't want that.
No. As a matter of fact, we're literally not allowing that.
Yes.
I mean, other than, I think the way we've established the rule now, again, we're just going over things that we're doing in our house, but what we've established as a rule is to say, if you need time to get away, if you have a headache, if you want to go take a nap, if you whatever. And that's a great thing about older kids too. They like naps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the youngers don't.
no, younger kids hate naps. It feels like a punishment.
Yeah.
Feels like they're missing out. And then as the older they get, now some of them just want to go to work, come home, sleep.
Yep.
And I get that too. It kind of sounds nice to me.
I have FOMO, you guys, so bad. I can't take a nap unless it's for a few minutes.
I've been seeing these reels. We should make this one. I've been seeing these reels where it's like, it's like a POV kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that says, like, when I get a text and this guy's like looking at his phone and you hear it ding, and then his wife like comes up out of his shirt and she's like, what'd they say? Have you seen that? Like,
That's me for sure.
So we've just established and said, look, unless you need that time, if you need it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, just, you might need to vocalize it to us. Hey, can I have a few minutes? Can I come out in a little bit? But we're trying to monitor, as mom and dad, we're trying to monitor and say, hey, if it's morning time, we've been letting the mornings go until I'd say about 9:00, but about 9:00, we're like, okay, guys, like, open up the doors.
Yep.
Come on out of your rooms, come out into the family space, come out in the kitchen, whatever. And then, we're trying to engage them. I think that's another thing that we're trying to do,
Yeah.
Setting up time to play pickleball, setting up time to say, hey, let's go out in the backyard. And I mean, we went out the other day and played wiffle ball, and we went up to the park and we played pickleball, or, we went around and announced to everybody. It wasn't quite hot yet. And we were like, hey, we're all going to go swimming. And so we all ended up going out in the pool. Now, I think that a day like today, it won't be very hard to convince someone to go get in the pool because
That's for sure.
it's hot.
So hot.
Miserably hot.
Yes.
So another structure that we've had in the past and then we've dropped it and we're bringing back is we are reestablishing a chore chart. I had done this.
Pre me moving in.
Yes, I had a chore chart, and it was something that my late wife had established where, it was each day there was a chore, and then those chores rotated. So there was, say there was 5 chores kind of daily, like sweep the floor is a chore, wipe down the bathrooms is a chore, do the dishes is a chore. And then each day of the week, they rotate out. So on Monday, this child, does the kitchen. On this day, on the next day, that child wipes down the bathrooms. On the next day, they sweep the floor, and so on. And so we've kind of neglected that chore chart for the last couple of months.
Well, just because it was like, well, we have these older children who are working. And so how do you put them on the chore chart? But when you don't know their schedule, you don't want to not have them doing chores, and then they just get to, do whatever because they have a job. It's not fair to the youngers. And so I was just like, let's all work together. I will wake up in the morning. I make sure that, the dishwasher is ran at nighttime. So in the morning, I'll put the dishes away. We'll start fresh, nice, clean house. If you make something, clean your own dish, wash your own pots and pans. And, if you see the trash getting full, don't cram, empty it, take it out. And it worked for all of a couple days.
I think it works after we have a family meeting and we say,
Right.
hey, you got to help out. And,
Yes.
and they help out. But there is kind of an attitude of like, that's not mine. I didn't do that. Like, those aren't my dishes, or I didn't fill up the trash can. I mean, I've even heard that. Like, I didn't take out the bathroom trash because I didn't put all that stuff in there. And it's like, well, I get it. I understand that you didn't put all the stuff in there, but the bathroom does need to be wiped down.
Yeah, and you're part of this household, you
Yeah.
know? Everybody should pitch in. Everybody should, think about the other person, put other people before yourselves. And if you see something, change it, Like Sarah, his late wife, had this rule, and I love it. I love it. I try to incorporate it too. And tell us exactly what it is. If you can do it in how much time?
Oh, that rule is if you can do it in less than a minute, do it now.
Take care of it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that.
That was coupled with only handle it once.
Yes.
She
I
was
love that one too.
Ohio, only handle it once. So if
Yeah.
you get the mail on your way back from the mailbox, you're looking through that mail and making a keep in a discard pile. And,
Yes.
and you're throwing away the discard pile in the outside trash can. Don't even bring it in the house.
Yes.
And then the stuff that's got to come in, you go ahead and open it right then and there, look through it, deal with whatever you got to deal with, So only handle it once. And if it takes less than a minute, do it now. That one will plague you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
It will. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll be like, I just want to go do whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like on the way. And then there's something like, oh, all right, I'll do
Yeah.
it. And, so that one can kind of plague you. But I will say that there was another thing that she used to say, and I think it comes down to the chore chart, which is this: what gets written down gets done. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's something that, that we can really see happening when the chore chart, when it's written down and there's somebody's name beside it, and it's Monday and your job is to do the dishes. One, you have the accountability of all the other kids going, that's your job today. Mm-hmm. Instead of being, that's not my stuff, or I didn't do that, it turns into, that's your job.
Yeah.
So, your job is dishes today. Your job is trash today. Your job is floors today. So when the floors are messy, it's not, well, I didn't bring in all the mud, or
Right.
I don't have a dog, and that, it's their dog that brought in all the grass clippings or whatever.
Yeah.
It's you have floors today.
Right.
You have dishes today. So I think just having it written down, and I know some people do it in different ways. I remember one thing that we actually started with before we did a chart was these little popsicle sticks. Mm-hmm. And every popsicle stick had a chore on it, and then you would like draw one, and then whatever you drew, that was the thing you had to go do. But the problem with that one was there are definitely some that are more preferred than other chores, and mm-hmm. some people would continually, they need to play the lottery or something, because they continually draw the take out the trash.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, sweet, I got the 45-second chore, and somebody else has got dishes for the day, and they look over and there's this mountain of dishes, and they're like, I gotta do that, and he only has to take out the trash.
Yeah. Well, plus with the age difference, I mean, Mila's really the only concern. Mm-hmm. She's 7, and so she can only reach certain things and do certain things. So yeah. And if you guys have made it this far, let us know. What are some secrets in your chore charts or systems that really worked well for you? Especially having
systems. That's the way to word it.
Yeah. Especially with we've got from 18 to age 7, you've got kids working and kids not working, and mm-hmm. we're just trying to find the balance. And so we're bringing back the chore chart. And
so another thing written down here was just blending our family traditions, what summers look like in our house, merging old traditions and kind of new memories together. And so one of the things that we used to do here is we went outside every day and did something outside. It is a goal mm-hmm. to get outside every single day in some way, shape, or form. And so, back in the day, I used to work a 9-to-5 job, not 9 to 5's not accurate, more like 7 to 6. Just kind of seemed what it was. But, I would get home in the evenings, and Sarah wanted to have dinner on the table. The moment I get in, she wanted to have it there on the table. I used to tell her, by the way, I'd be like, you don't have to do that. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to wind down, give me 10 minutes to,
mm-hmm.
Just lay down for a second, But anyways, I would get home, we would eat dinner, and then directly after dinner, we would go outside, and it was always a game of kickball, a game of wiffle ball. Usually kickball in the summer ends with me throwing everybody in the pool fully clothed, starting with mom. I would run and grab Sarah and chuck her in the pool fully clothed, and just so you're going in the pool fully clothed. You want to hear something about my dad? You want to know what he used to do?
Yeah.
It was like the summer tradition that he would wait till we were on our way to church, and he would throw my mom in the pool with she'd get her makeup on, and he would at least once a year, he would grab my mom in her, and you remember back in the 90s, people, the way that we would dress to go to church,
So, all right, here's a big
it's
question
like
though.
90s church.
Did she get back ready? Did she get ready again and go to
She'd be
church? Or did she,
fire, man.
or did she just like, I'm not going?
I can't remember. I was too young, and then we stopped going to church for a long time. And then when we went back to church, that was funny. So the year I got baptized, I was 13 years old and I got baptized that year. And I remember my dad threw her in the pool again, and he's like bringing it back, he brings back the tradition, and he throws her in the pool again. And she would be she's a good sport. She always took it well. She had 3 boys and a husband, so she was severely outnumbered. And, she never got mad, like where she'd stayed mad. It wasn't like she pouted for days. Although she did almost kill him one time.
Like really kill him?
Well, not purposefully, but so she was so mad at him for throwing her in the pool all the time that she called I want to say it was like the fire department or a news channel, somebody with a helicopter. And she wanted them to drop a water balloon. She was like, I want to get the biggest water balloon I can find. So she finds this stupid big water balloon, and she was going to have this helicopter pilot fly over my dad and drop this thing on my dad. And she's really looking into it hard. She's making phone calls and leaving messages. And our neighbor was out. His name was Cliff. I was young at the time, but my neighbor said to my mom, he was like, they're not going to do that, right? And she's like, well, why wouldn't they? And he's like, can you imagine how much weight would be in that balloon? He was like, it's going to kill him, if it doesn't break everything. She's like, oh, well, I guess I can't do that. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I want to know, if you're watching, did you get dressed, get your hair done, and go to church, or were you like, I'm not going to church now?
Yeah, Mom, you can tell us that if you're watching.
Yeah.
If you would actually get up and go. I can't remember if you would just end it, if it was like, nope, we're not going today because Dad threw you in the pool.
Because that's a hard one for me, because I would probably be like, yeah, I don't think,
I feel like you're scowling at me right now with a threatening, there's this eye's going down a little and that one's going up a little.
Well, because as it is, you guys can say what you want and judge me. If I've done my hair, like this morning, if I did my hair and wash, because it takes me about an hour to wash my hair, blow dry it, and to curl it. And so I won't get my hair wet that day. And I might not even go in the pool because the kids are rambunctious and they like to splash each other and have all the fun time in the pool. And it takes a lot for me to do my hair. And so
we were dating.
I said I could get a shower cap. And he said, don't do that.
We were dating, and Kelly said to me, I want you to prank me. I love a good practical joke. That's what you said.
I know. Because I prank him, and he does not come back at me. I'm still waiting. I pranked him and all the guys in church.
Oh, that one's coming back. We've talked about that one before.
Y'all, he said he's going to make me cry, though. And that's not fair.
If I throw you in the pool in your Sunday clothes with your hair done, you'll cry.
Well, yeah, because I'm the pastor's wife. I need to be there.
Oh, you can still be there.
But I would have to go looking like a wet poodle.
When y'all see her come to church looking like a wet poodle, then you'll know that I threw her in the pool. The first thing that I could see Karen or Lisa right now looking at you and going, did he throw you in the pool? Did he do it? Did he throw you in the pool today? I can tell you also, there's probably a few people that are going to text me and be like, when are you doing it? When are you going to throw it?
Do not entice him. Listen, we went kayaking last weekend. And this man tried to talk our friend, the youth pastor, into
flipping
the raft. And so I would fall into the creek, into the river.
That would have been funny.
He was like, bro, you know what
you thought for just a moment.
You knew it. Well, when I wasn't looking, I turned my back and he splashed me a big splash. And he's like, oh my gosh, did you see it? There was it. And I'm like, oh, all right. I see where your loyalty is.
One time my dad climbed up on the roof of the house and waited for my mom to come out, and then he took the water hose and he like hosed her down when she got out the door.
He's a funny little prankster.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I don't, y'all. This episode has sparked some memories for me.
Oh boy, it's getting him worked up that he's gonna start
Yeah,
pranking me.
you know what? I feel like summer allows for some good pranking. So you want to hear another story?
Yeah.
So after Sarah had passed away, it was that first summer, and we were just, we were trying to figure it out. And Dad, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do anything. And I don't know, things were just tense, it felt like. And we had one night, I had ordered some pizza, and I don't know who started it, but somebody threw a piece of pizza. And then we had this huge food fight that turned into a big water fight. It was just like me and the kids, like we didn't have guests over. There was nobody was filming. Nobody was watching. Like it was just us. Like we just full on had a food fight that turned into a water fight that went on for like hours. It felt like. I mean, I think that probably went on for like at least an hour, maybe two.
I would end up crying.
No, I mean it was
like I don't take the boys' antics very well.
I think in the moment, like if you had been here and you'd have seen, it was like almost like a movie. Like, things were tense, and somebody throws something, and then somebody else throws something back, and I think they were all waiting for me to stop it, but then I threw something, and then then we're pulling stuff out, like we're pulling leftovers out of the refrigerator and throwing leftovers at each other, and the dogs. I had I almost said Bandit. That's my dog from when I was a kid. I had Marmaduke. And he was running around trying to eat the food while we were like throwing food at each other. He's like running around trying to gobble it up. And, somebody pulled out mashed potatoes or something out of the fridge. And so we're throwing, mashed potatoes at each other and throwing pizzas at each other. And, I think Titus came out and used one like a, kind of did one of those things. And like, here goes this piece of pizza. And there goes Marmaduke to go get it. And then somebody pulls out the water hose. And I remember at one point, I was soaked. I ran in the house and I grabbed a bucket and I filled up the bucket with water, and I took the screen out of one of their windows, and I was like waiting. And when they went over to get the water hose, I just dumped the water on them from over top. But it was, we had this, we were all laughing, and it had been a minute since we had just had a good belly laugh, and then we all had to go shower and clean up and yeah, anyways. So I feel like summer allows for that. Summer allows for you to have a food fight or a water fight or throw somebody in the pool in all their clothes or.
Yeah. I'm just mentally preparing for it because I know it's going to happen now. So.
Yeah.
Babe, there's other ways to do pranks.
Well, you can't. I actually have a prank I'm going to put on video for everybody. It'll be really funny. I've told my dad about it, and he thinks it's hilarious too. It is like this.
Oh, I remember this. He talked about this. This was probably last summer.
Wait, you know what it is?
No. But I thought I had it in my mind. I'm like, I wonder if he's actually talking about proposing to me. And I wanted to know so bad. And I was like, no, probably not.
No, this is the simplicity of this prank. Is hilarious.
I remember you guys going out and talking about it and everything.
Yeah,
and
I was trying to get him.
Do you think Caleb?
I was trying to get my dad to do it to my brother because I think it would have been funny with him. Because I can't say that.
No, you can't.
I can't say anything else. I'll tell you all later, and we'll make a little short video of it, and I'll show you all the prank, and we'll watch Kelly lose her mind for just a little bit, and then when she realizes what it is.
I'm a prankster too. And I haven't told Chris this yet because I don't know how he's going to take it. But me and him were in, what store were we in? And I wrote Chris's number on the chalkboard. I wonder if anyone ever called him.
Oh, we were at like a home store.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah.
And I went down this aisle and I had like a bunch of like little chalkboard mugs and stuff. And I took the chalk and I wrote I wrote something, and then I put Chris's phone number on his brother's phone number.
You're going in the pool.
I know. I probably shouldn't have said that though, because Chris, like, I hear he pranks back, and I'll probably cry. I almost got knocked out by messing around. I was hiding around the corner, and I thought he was going to come around the corner, and so I went, rah! And Elijah, our oldest son, goes, boom, and just like shoulder checks me. And he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I came this close to decking you because I had no idea. And I'm like, I had it coming. I didn't think that went through.
I think he was a little shocked by that.
Oh, he was. He was like, I am so sorry. I'm like,
Yeah.
you didn't, you were just it was a defense mechanism. And
Yeah.
I didn't think that one through fully.
Yeah. Hey, I got another one for us, and I think this conversation's leading right to it, which is just some simple summer fun that brings everybody together. So we wrote down our favorite budget-friendly activities to get the kids off screens and having fun. And so I think one, I already brought up, like just simply getting outside. I think that, putting yourself in the position of being outside, out of the house. I mean, you can do stuff in the house too. Don't misunderstand me, but I think for our family, like getting outside inspires creativity. And so does boredom. Like that was another thing we had on here was like, why boredom isn't the enemy. Getting outside and having the kids come out of their rooms. I would encourage this. Like I'm totally down for this in our house of like, no screen days. We already have no screen times. Like we have very limited time throughout the day that you're allowed to utilize.
Turn the TV on.
Yeah, utilize the screen. And it usually has to do with like either, lunchtime or after a certain time in the evening. But most of the day, we want the screens to be off. I understand, a little bit of background noise, and we love like, sit down and watching a movie as a family or something like that. We like a good movie night, but, for the most part, we don't want to waste our time, and we don't want our kids wasting their time on screens.
Yeah.
But, boredom, being outside and even boredom inspires creativity.
Yeah.
That's where you learn how to create your own game, where you decide to do something that you've not done before because you've already done all these other things so many times. You want to try something new, and so I think that's where you learn to build something or make something or create something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, I think just simply getting outside, but I think another thing too is like us getting outside with the kids is also important. When mom and dad participate, then the kids participate better. I mean, don't misunderstand, even the other night we saw some of our daughters went outside and they were like late night on the trampoline, and I'd got this new lantern lamp, for Father's Day, and the kids.
That wasn't a gift for me, by the way.
No, it was not. But the girls like took it out on the trampoline, late at night, and it was dark outside, and I was sitting outside working on a Bible study that I had to teach, and so I'm sitting on my computer working, and it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and they're out on the trampoline with this little lantern, and they're playing these silly little games on the trampoline or whatever. But that's you don't learn how to do that when you're wasting your time watching somebody else have fun on the screen. When you get outside, when you're a little bit bored and you get outside. But I don't think you get there if mom and dad don't get up and go out too.
Yeah.
Like mom and dad have to get up and go outside and go play kickball or go play wiffle ball or go get in the pool or go play darts. We have a dartboard. That's another one. Just simple summer fun. We have not done that.
I love playing darts.
We're kind of failing in the dart department right now.
And now it's really muggy out, but we do need to get back at it.
We love darts, and we love playing darts like late at night. We'd go and like take a light and like put a little light outside under the deck, and then we sit there and throw darts, and it's always a competition.
Yeah, we need to do that again.
Tomorrow night.
Yes.
We're doing darts. I'd say tonight, but I don't think we have time, and it'll be tomorrow in a very short amount of time.
Yes, it will.
So.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Hit me with it. Simple summer fun.
Simple summer fun. I think kick the can is a fun one. It does get monotonous though.
I mean,
like we've got to figure out a different way. So kick the can is kind of like hide and seek in the dark. only you have like a home base. So we will set up like a bucket in the middle of the yard, and one person counts, everybody else runs and hides. And they count to 30 and everybody's hiding, and you can't guard the bucket. You've got to walk around the house and find people. And if you see them, you have to call out their name and you have to
But
run
it has to be the person's name.
Yes.
It has to be the person that it is.
Yes.
If somebody looks at you and calls you the wrong name,
Yes.
you don't have to run.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if they call your name, you've got to run to the bucket as fast as you can and tag it before the person who is seeking.
Or kick it.
Yeah, kick the can.
Kick the can.
Yeah. And it's fun, but also at the same time, like, I don't know, maybe we just need to set it up a little differently. Maybe we need to put the can like on the side yard instead of the front yard where there's like.
I think also kick the can is really fun when you have like another family at the house.
Yeah.
Playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, then it's really fun.
Yeah. We have lots of people that have come over and played kick the can with us.
We're due for a good kick the can game, but the weather really did just finally open up. It's been kind of chilly and rainy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden 2 days ago, we hit a
stroke.
snap. Yeah.
Heat stroke.
I mean, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. But how about you guys? Like, if you've made it this far, we're about to close up here. I want to.
You say we're about to close up. Is it the yawning?
It's late. I'm tired. But no, for real. Stop.
Did y'all see that look? She said, it's late.
If you guys have any fun summer games that you like to play, let us know. Like, especially ones at night. I think those are so much fun. Like, so we used to, like, traditions. We used to play hide and seek in the dark, like, in the house, though. And we would shut off all the lights. And, like, especially every year we made it our goal to go to Tennessee. Like, me and Jonathan's anniversary was in February. And we would try to go to Tennessee every year. And so we'd rent cabins. And usually we'd have family. We've never been on a vacation. We had never been on a vacation, just the two of us. And so we would have like our family, our extended family, and we'd go and we'd rent a big cabin that has like 3 floors. And then we would play hide and seek in the dark. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, I love hide and seek in the dark. It's harder right now. It stays light.
Till 10.
Really late here in Kentucky. I remember when Kelly and I first started talking, and she was in Florida, and she would call me or we'd video each other and talk to each other, and it'd be like 6 o'clock in the evening, 6:30 in the evening, and I'm like, is the sun going down there? Like,
Yeah.
we still have like 2 hours or 3 hours of sun left, and so like right now, I mean, we just had the longest day of the year. The sun was out for the most amount of time. I think the sun was out 15 hours is what I saw, like 15 hours of the day. The sun was out. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And now it's going to slowly start.
No. It is actually like, that is, if you were to say like, what's a favorite day of the year that's not like a holiday get together, I would totally say like June the 20th, June the 21st, whatever it falls on for that year. You know what
I love too is that we wake up at like 6 and the sun is out.
Oh yeah.
I love that. There's nothing worse than waking up and it's dark outside and you're just kind of like dragging. When the sun's up, it's like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's get our day started.
Well, thank goodness for daylight savings, because otherwise, it would be 5 a.m. and the sun would be up.
That's why we should cancel daylight savings now.
I was joking. It's the same thing.
Except that they move it the hour. And so then when we fall back, it'll be 5 a.m. when it's supposed to be 6 a.m. But
that happens so late in the year that, it doesn't feel so bad, that like the fallback doesn't feel so bad as far as the sun being out in the day.
Yeah.
But then at night, it's like, you feel like you're losing an hour because you are equivocally. Anyways, whatever. I hate daylight savings. I think it's dumb.
Yeah. So does Trump. Trump hates it too.
I just feel like, so was this a big social experiment to see if you could get everybody to do this? Like, let's get everybody to move their clocks and decide that it's a different time than the time that it is.
Life is a big social experiment.
Yeah. We'll get people to like like the whole community to do it.
Yeah.
Let's get the whole nation.
Like the Truman Show.
Yeah, let's get the whole nation to do this. Like, I feel like somebody somewhere is like, I can't believe that worked. I just want to know, like, what guy, there's somebody somewhere this
It's true.
I don't think you had a group of guys that had originated. One guy was in a group and he was like, maybe he was trying to fix a problem. I don't know. Maybe it really was the farmers, you know, maybe the farmers were like, what can we do about this sun coming up so early? The roosters are crowing at 4 a.m.
Someone tell the roosters we changed the clocks back.
So no, you can't get the roosters to change, but I'll tell you who you can get to change: sheeple. So you get the sheeple.
I haven't used that word in like
Since
4
2020.
years.
I was gonna say since
Yeah.
2020. But you get the sheeple together, and so somebody's like, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. He spit his backy, and he said he did. He spit his backy, he pulled on his suspenders. He said, we get all the people.
Oh,
We get all the people to change the time.
I love it.
And then somebody else was like, I think that could work. And then the third guy was like, nobody's going to do that. But then back to the first guy, he's tugging on his suspenders and he's like, I've been thinking about it. If we can get everybody to do it all at once. When did daylight savings start? I'm sure we have that marked. I bet.
Ask Google.
I'll ask another time.
Okay.
I
almost did a
that phone
mirror-
is so far away.
I almost did a mirror neuron thing. You did your arm like this, and I
Oh,
just
you're
wanted
gonna do
to.
it? You're going to match me?
Yeah.
Match my energy?
Yes, man. Yeah. And so, yeah. And there was something else I was going to say when we were just talking about the farmer and.
In the Dale?
No, sheeple. Y'all, he made a video, a reel. And I think it was about, when he was preaching last week and how, they made us put on masks. And someone commented on there, talk about a sheeple. And they're like, how dare you? You couldn't just put on your mask to save lives. Do you really, in your mind,
You've been saving this up all week. Bring it up here on Happy Chaos.
Yes. Do you truly believe, and I don't care who I make mad with that, do you really believe that piece of cloth helped anything?
Yes.
Honestly.
It filtered.
It did filter. It filtered.
You know, I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but do you guys remember that they actually made us, like, we had approved fabrics that we were allowed to use and things that we weren't supposed to use. And so the inside lining had to be like a flannel, or like we weren't allowed to just sell.
You guys had regulations on that too, huh?
Well, I mean, I remember being like, who's making these regulations, and why do you want flannel on your face? And so we had this like waterproofing. It feels like fabric. I owned a fabric store, if y'all didn't know that. And we got deemed essential. So when everybody else had to close down, we got to stay open because we were selling fabric that people were using for masks. Mm-hmm. And we had this waterproofing, and we were like, oh, like this makes total sense to use waterproofing because, it's like, it literally like repels it doesn't get wet and saturated wet but it feels like fabric. And we're like, so that felt like a good liner. Nope. We had people come in there like, that's not, you're supposed to use cotton, or you're supposed to use cotton or flannel, and I'm like, that's gonna be hot on your face. But that's what they say we're supposed to use. I'm like, who's they? And when did they study this? I want to know what think tank and study group, I want to know what double-blind study we came up with to find out that cotton and flannel was the thing to use.
I have so many things to say.
I know, but that's not what we're talking about today.
It's not.
And summer fun. This was the summer
I'm getting
fun episode.
fired up thinking about all of this. I need to stop myself because, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I come from the free state of Florida, where we said, you ain't masking us. Don't care.
Well,
We would boycott anyone that
we
tried
were here
to.
in Kentucky, and we walked
You guys were in full lockdown.
certain directions down aisles,
Oh, they tried to make us do that, and we didn't do it.
and arrows and everything.
They tried to do that, too.
Yeah.
And we're like, no. And then they took them off not even a week later. took
Yeah.
everything down. They're like, yeah, no.
Y'all did good. We didn't do that. Anyways, well, back to the happy side of happy chaos.
Yes.
One day we're gonna do a Kelly ranting video. We're just gonna let Kelly rant about all the stuff that she's
Ticked
up
about.
Yeah, all the stuff that she's
Ticked.
ticked.
You don't want to do that. He called me spicy this week several times.
You were being spicy.
I was just, you know.
You're looking back, you're like, I was a little spicy.
I was a little spicy, but it was well needed. I just was like, somebody needs to be spicy right now, and it's going to be me.
I think you wanted it to be me, but I wasn't being spicy enough.
You were a little spicy the other day, but not spicy enough. So I'm like, I'm going to take this up a notch.
I know you had it in you.
Yeah, I just lost my, I'm like, y'all, I mean.
It seems so simple. Well, all right,
It made sense to me.
that was shrouded. Hey, we would love to hear from you guys. Tell us what your favorite summer pastimes are.
Yes.
We didn't really even get into like favorite summer pastimes all together. We talked about like some budget friendly stuff, but we didn't really talk too much about like what our favorite stuff was.
Well, luckily we have a whole summer.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can I tell you one more of my favorites though?
Yeah.
Since I've been a dad, I take every summer and I stock my freezers full of ice creams
This is true.
and ice cream sandwiches and fudgicles. And
It just sounded right. Did that not just sound right to you? Fudgicles.
it didn't sound right coming out. But, I started doing that, and like now it's turned into such a thing that the kids like requested. They came to me the other day and they were like, are you gonna, because we're married now, and so they're like, are you gonna stock up the freezers with ice cream again? And I was like, yeah, I totally plan on doing that. Okay, well, we just didn't know, like with
Having so many kids.
yeah, with everybody being here, if we were going to be able to do that again. But we really love that, and so I just like.
And so he looked at them and said, if I can control your mom's gifting problem, then we can stock the freezer.
I just said we'll use it to our advantage. I'll just tell her that she's buying ice cream for you guys. There will be so much ice cream.
There really is right now. I went to the store and I bought like 4 different kinds of, what are those cones called?
Ice cream cones.
No, but they have a name brand.
I think they're called drumsticks.
Yes, drumsticks. 4 different kinds of drumsticks. And they have these new peanut butter ones out. And I'm like, I eat vicariously through other people. Like, so I see peanut butter. Hence why he got the big peanut butter.
The peanut butter one was not that great.
And I don't like hearing that, y'all. I don't like hearing that.
The peanut butter was so frozen that it was like a little rock on the inside of the drumstick. So drumstick creators, y'all should go back and check.
Speaking of peanut butter, let me just veer off here for a minute. Does anybody remember Friendly's? Has anybody been to Friendly's? If you have you ever had their peanut butter cup sundae?
I don't.
I know you don't know what Friendly's is here. You guys missed out on a lot. But so
We missed out on a lot. I don't think we did.
with Friendly's you did.
What is Friendly's? Is it like a
It's
gas
an ice
station?
cream. No. Y'all know he just did that. Oh goodness
I didn't know if it was like a Wawa's.
No, it's like a Culver's.
Oh.
So they had regular food, but they specialized in their ice cream.
Yeah.
And their ice cream was
We have one around here now called Freddy's. I like Freddy's. They have concretes. Is that what they make? So
I feel a gallstone attack coming on talking about Freddy's.
not their ice cream though.
I know, but I think Freddy's and I think of their burgers.
Oh, when I think Freddy's, I think of their ice cream.
Interesting.
Yeah. Their burgers are okay.
Interesting. That would be like saying that about Five Guys. When I think of Five Guys, I think of their shakes.
Do you?
No, you think
don't
of their
either.
burgers.
It's because they're Five Guys burgers and fries.
And Freddy's is about fries. They just have ice cream on the side.
No, if I say Dairy Queen, what do you think about?
Ice cream.
Okay, if I say Freddy's, I think about ice cream. That's just like Dairy. Those are equal.
Interesting. Maybe I didn't pay attention to their menu so much.
Yeah. I mean, if you have ice cream that then you mix stuff in and I get to choose what things I mix in. If you say Culver's ice cream.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, so Freddy's is in that line. It's in that vein of Freddy's does not have a big selection of other stuff.
No, they just have burgers, fries, and
I think they have hot dogs.
yeah, which is just like Five Guys.
Five Guys is hot dogs?
Yes, they split them down the middle and fry them like that.
Kind of sounds good.
Yeah.
Although it is pretty
And
much
all
just
the
long
toppings.
bologna, which I don't like. Well, this episode is weird, and thanks for coming along for the first summer.
I love you.
The first, when I said it, you're like, it is kind of like that, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Hot dogs are long bologna.
They are. They absolutely are.
Yeah, you have flat round bologna, and then you have long bologna. And we call it a hot dog.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I think I just figured something out.
I do too. Now you don't like hot dogs.
I didn't really like hot dogs to begin with. I like a bratwurst.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. You know what? That's something else we used to do in the summer. We would we'd have a little fire in the fire pit, and then we'd just get like bratwurst and hot dogs and put them on a
Okay, I've never done that.
roasting stick, and we would all literally dinner that night was chips and roasting hot dogs, and we would all sit outside and roast hot dogs. We should totally do a hot dog roast. Let's do it the night the kids get back. Well, they're getting back on Wednesday. We'll do it another
Church night.
Yeah, maybe Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, y'all, the only way to get this done today was to do it. We literally hit start at 10. So
It's like 11:30.
it's like 11:30. We love you guys, but
Very much.
we apparently get slap happy and say dumb things.
We do.
Uh,
I think you guys like the dumb things though.
I don't know. I'm just glad y'all are still coming along 13 episodes later.
Ew. I love just running into people. They're like our friends we run into at church, and they're like, our family is obsessed with your podcast. And I'm like, well, I love hearing that. Like, who sits and listens to us talk for an hour and a half? You guys do, and I love that so much.
I will tell you this though. So y'all want to hear something? I know this is like the end of the episode, but like I'll find myself if I start watching it,
Hooked.
I'll just keep like, well,
I do the same thing.
And I'm the one that
and then I start laughing at us.
yeah, and I'm the one that like said it. And then I'm like, oh, I remember saying that. And
Yeah.
we were sitting there the other day in bed, and I'm like watching and then I'm like, why am I watching
And then
this?
I'm over here giggling because I can hear it, and
I think
the way he reacts to me, I just think it's so. I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, anyways, here we are, Happy Chaos. Oh, and I do want to I think this summer we need to have some like guests come on Happy Chaos,
Yeah.
but they got to be happy.
Yeah.
Unless we're doing the spicy episode, and then that's
There's already names that popped into my head when you just said spicy.
yeah. You guys could all if I'm ever doing any traveling and like preaching or something and you can't come, you should have an episode where you
Yeah.
you have like the ranting episode.
Yeah.
It'd be the opposite of Happy Chaos. It'll just be chaos,
Yeah.
angry chaos.
That's funny.
All right, y'all.
Be angry chaos.
No, we'll call it spicy chaos.
Yes.
That could happen.
Like spicy Uno. That could. We're not talking that kind of spicy.
Yeah, and that's spicy Uno is fun, and spicy alphabet game is also fun.
Yes,
So
it is. So spicy chaos.
spicy chaos kind of makes sense. Yeah, well,
Spicy chaos with Kelly.
as long as I'm still here, we're gonna just keep it as happy chaos. But you're the one. You're the one's got like the great giggle. Like everybody's always like commenting about your. And again, it's the whole thing. It's like the laugh track. Remember the laugh track? Like back in the day.
Stop, you're giving people ideas. You're gonna find a track of like me giggling 1,000 times over, and then it's not gonna be so funny anymore. And people are gonna be like, once I heard that, I was like, I cannot listen to her ever again.
I don't know. I think it could be like you could have people impersonating your giggle.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny. See what I'm saying? Well,
Maybe we can get Trump to watch my happy chaos.
no. I think he's got time for this.
I love Trump. He doesn't. So
I don't. Not, I love
Right.
him like I'm supposed to love people in Christ.
Yeah.
But if you mean like all the stuff he does, I don't
Will you let us put a Trump flag on the back of our Forerunner?
know.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
No.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, well, we're not putting a Trump flag on. Y'all, when I met her, she had a Trump flag on the back of her.
Someone send me a Trump flag, please, because if it's a gift,
No, we're not putting it on. But nope, we're not putting that on.
I had one that I folded up and I put away because once I moved up here, I was like, he can't handle all of that, you know? And so I had to fold it.
She's too much. I'm too much for him.
And I folded it up. Well, I moved in and I took it out and I hung it up here in our workout room. It's Trump on a big old tank. And he's up on it like this. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be epic. And she's like, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure I just walked over and took it down.
Stop it. So, let me know what you can come up with.
Oh boy.
I know. All right, well,
The yawn is happening.
yeah.
Y'all.
Thank you guys for coming along.
Yep. We'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Trump flag.